taking a chance, but that's the way we feel about chances sometimes. In fact, we have words around chances that keep us in this fear of not taking it. Here's one of them, fat chance, right? Here's another one, only chance. Here's another one, last chance. How about big chance, you know? Or this one, not a chance in ... But how about this one? How about if it's just my chance? How about if it's just a chance for me to be me? So today, what do you do with a chance? Well, the card says it all, but you know, I have something more to say about it, of course. Let's get started. Let's see what it says in here. So here we start. One day, I got a chance. I love the way it started. It just seemed to show up. It acted like it knew me as if it wanted something. I didn't know why it was here. What do you do with the chance, I wondered. It fluttered around me, it brushed up against me, it circled me as if it wanted to grab it, as if it wanted me to grab it. I started to reach for it, but I was unsure, and I pulled back, and so it flew away. Yeah. That's the way it is sometimes with chances, isn't it? It's kind of like ideas, if you were here last week. One just shows up, they kind of just show up. They show up sometimes. I think a chance is like the fabric of the universe just opening up a little bit, saying, you know, things like a phone call you might get, or somebody inviting you to a meeting, or suggesting that you join this group, or giving you an opportunity. Right? Out of the blue, it seems like these things show up. That's what it's like to get a chance. The dictionary.com definition of chance says a possibility or probability of anything happening, an opportunity. And I'm thinking, well, no wonder it shows up at any time. At any time, anything could happen. Anything could happen. I'm thinking, I love walking around the world as if anything could happen. Like only if it's good stuff, though. Right? I want to see the good stuff happening. Like, how does that work? It's like a chance just came right up to me one day, pulled up a stool, got the coffee cup, and said, "Listen, I got something I want to tell you about. Pull up a stool, take a seat. I got something I want to share with you." That's what chances are like. That's what I've experienced in my life a lot of times. Let me tell you a couple stories about that. One time I was taking myself on a birthday trip up to the Outer Banks. And I was going by myself. I was staying at a B&B in Manteo, North Carolina. And I was just going up there to be with myself. Took a journal. I sat down and I talked to the woman who was there, the owner of the B&B, with her husband. And she had just come back from being trained as a life coach in California. And I was like, oh, that's something, I think I'm already doing that. I think I'm going to be a life coach. Like, bam, just in a conversation. Just in a conversation, I ended up finding out about a life coach. And I came back to home here to Wilmington, and I ended up being trained as a life coach. Like, that's the way chances happen sometimes. They just show up. I wasn't expecting it. It was like she pulled the chair up and just said, "Have a cup of coffee with me. I got something I want to tell you about." I've shared with you before the story of moving to North Carolina from Washington, D.C. area, and I didn't know anybody here. I didn't have a job. I just brought all my stuff here in a U-Haul and got an apartment. And I'm thinking, oh, now what? Well, I knew I wasn't going to meet anybody by staying home, so I went out to Hieronymus and I sat at the bar and I had some dinner, and I sat next to a man who was a FEMA inspector after Hurricane Fran. And he said, after I told him about my background, he said, "Oh, you should be a FEMA inspector." I'm like, what a chance could that be? The job just came right to me. And I did the training and I ended up being a FEMA inspector. And just last week, right here at Spiritual Soul Center, there was an interfaith minister who happened to show up here. And after our meeting here, after our service, she came up to me and said, "I'd love to have coffee with you and see how I might support you." I mean, what a chance is that? I mean, chances happen all the time. All the time. And you'll notice they're not planned. Chances aren't planned, and they're not based on whether you deserve something or not. That's not the way chances work. Are you hearing what I'm saying? That's good. I made this mug. I'm a potter too. That's another story. So it's not something that's planned. It's what we become aware of. That's really the truth, because I could have passed on any one of those things. I could have passed on any one of those things. A chance is really an opportunity to say yes or to say no, and having no idea how it's going to work out. That's what a chance is. It's saying yes or saying no. And when you say yes, it's not because you know what's going to happen, it's because you don't know what's going to happen that makes it a chance. And a lot of times we look at a chance and we apply that overlay of risk. We think, all right, I'm going to have to risk something here. I'm going to have to risk maybe being embarrassed. Maybe I have to risk not making it or not making it happen. Maybe I'm going to fail. And so we overlay chance with risk, don't we? Maybe that's what I should have said when I found out about life coaching. I said, how in the world can I become a life coach? I mean, that's just out of my league. That's just pass on that. In fact, I got out to my first training in California with the NLP Institute, and everyone in the room, 100%, besides me, everyone else had taken neuro-linguistic programming training before, except me. So I was taking a bigger chance than I even knew before I went. Maybe I shouldn't have taken that job as a FEMA inspector. Maybe I wasn't going to make enough money. What if I don't make enough money? Will I be able to support myself and pay my rent? What happens when Hurricane Fran is done? What happens when the job is over? What am I going to do then? You see how it works? Or maybe I shouldn't meet with this woman. Maybe she's going to try to take over. Maybe she's going to tell me all the stuff I'm doing wrong. Right? That's what happens sometimes with chances. We succumb to the fear. We start getting the fear, and we make up a story about all the things that could go wrong and what's going to happen and why it isn't going to work out for me, how I'm going to lose all my money, how I'm going to ruin my life, how things will never be the same. That's what we do with the chance sometimes when we fall into that place of fear. We make up a story, and we think that it's easier to stay in this illusion of security that we think we're in. We think it's easier to stay there. Let's see what other wisdom is in this book. When another chance came around, I wasn't so sure, but I decided to try. I went to reach for it, but I missed and fell. I was embarrassed. I felt foolish. It seemed like everyone was looking at me. I decided I never wanted to feel this way again. Ay, ay, ay. Yes, that's what happens when you take a chance and you're afraid. The bottom line is, I don't want to take a chance unless I know it's going to work out. Isn't that what it is? I'll take a chance, but I just want to make sure it's going to work out. I don't want there to be any second guessing. In other words, you know what I want? I really want a guarantee. Really? That's what we're talking about? I want a guarantee it's going to work out? Like, do you ever have a guarantee of anything ever working out? I mean, really? Is that what we're talking about here? Taking a chance? But that's the way we feel about chances sometimes. In fact, we have words around chances that keep us in this fear of not taking it. Here's one of them. Fat chance, right? Here's another one. Only chance. Here's another one. Last chance. How about big chance? Or this one. Not a chance in ... But how about this one? How about if it's just my chance? How about if it's just a chance for me to be me? How about that kind of chance? Are you willing to think about that? I like this one. I like this one. This last chance, what in the world? How about this one right here? My chance. Because we don't have to be worried about getting it wrong or ruining our life. You know what we should be more worried about is not living. We should be more worried about living small and playing it safe. We should be more worried about not putting all our cards out on the table or always coloring between the lines. That's what we should be worried about, not taking a chance. Huh? Are you hearing me? Yeah. You're looking at me like, what? There are unlimited possibilities and no guarantees. That's the anatomy of a chance. Unlimited possibilities and no guarantees. That's the truth. So which one is it? This is what I'm doing. My chance. I want to do my chance. Taking a chance keeps us on the edge of excitement and in freedom. Think about it this way. Think about a seed. Think about that seed being underground. and cracking wide open, underground. Doesn't even know what it's going to be. Doesn't know if it's going to be a weed or an oak tree. Doesn't know if it's going to be a blade of grass that's going to be cut down every summer, all summer long. Doesn't know if it's going to be a flower. And yet it cracks wide open. It cracks wide open. Doesn't even know if it'll reach the light of day. And I think that's how we should feel about a chance. That we should crack wide open. You know why? Just because we can. Just because we can. Because it's my chance. It's my chance. That's what it is. That's what it's like to take a chance. Then I thought, maybe I don't have to be brave all of the time. Maybe I just need to be brave for a little while at the right time. I realized it was up to me. I promised myself that if I ever got another chance, I wasn't going to hold back. If I got another chance, I was going to be ready. That's what it's about, really. Really, it's about this cracking wide open is where it's at. This cracking wide open is saying, you know what? I don't have any idea who I might meet, who I might become, what I might encounter, what I might learn, what possibility there is for me in that chance. Unless I take it, unless I'm willing to crack open, I don't even know. I can't know. So what do you do with a chance? You take it. You take it. You go to the meeting. You show up for the rehearsal. You write a book. You start a blog. You start your own business. You get out there. You give someone your opinion. You run for president of the PTA. Right? You get out there and do that. You take a chance. You let the excitement and the freedom of taking a chance win out over the illusion of security. That's exactly what you do. You let that excitement lead you instead of the illusion of security that we're living in this safe spot. Yeah, that's what taking a chance is about. You've taken them before. I'm not the only one up here with a couple stories. You're taking them. You've adopted a child. You've started your own business. You've decided to retire. You know, I could go all the way across here if I had enough time and knew you well enough. We've all done those things. We've taken a chance. And we've decided that freedom and excitement was better, a better decision than the illusion of security that we live in. So here's the way the book begins to end. So what do you do with the chance? You take it, because it just might be the start of something incredible. That's why you take it. So these ideas that I've been talking about, what do you do with an idea? What do you do with a chance? What do you do with a problem? It's simply life urging us on. It's life urging us to grow and to be more of who we can be. That's what it is. All of these things. Urging us to rely on the foundation in us that is God. To rely on Holy Spirit. To rely on something beyond what we can see with our own eyes. To know that the universe is here to support us. The universe is saying yes to us. I don't care about fast chances and last chances and not a chance in ... The universe is here to support us. That's what it is. Paul in his letter to the Romans says, if God is for us, who can be against us? If we are relying on the God of our being and God is for us, who can be against us? Nobody and nothing. And I say there's nothing too big and there's nothing too small that we can attempt. There's only the path that we didn't choose. That's it. So let's take these ideas, let's take these thoughts into meditation this afternoon, and let's know to the core of our being that the chances that come up, we can call my chance to be me, to be fully, amazingly, no apologies about it, me. So take a deep breath in, and another one out. And picture, if you would, yourself as that seed. That seed that cracks open, not having any idea of what it might be, of what it might become, if it would even make it to the light. Let's feel what it feels like to take that chance, like the seed does, knowing that the entire universe, that creation, that God itself is our foundation. Believe from the inside. Be willing to say yes. interest me what you do for a living. I want to know what you ache for, and if you dare to dream of meeting your heart's longing. It doesn't interest me how old you are. I want to know if you will risk looking like a fool for love, for your dream, for the adventure of being alive. I want to know if you can see beauty, even when it's not pretty, every day, and if you can source your own life from its presence. I want to know if you can live with failure, yours and mine, and still stand on the edge of the lake and shout to the silver of the full moon, yes. It doesn't interest me who you knew or how you came to be here. I want to know if you will stand in the center of the fire with me and not shrink back. It doesn't interest me where or what or with whom you have studied. I want to know what sustains you from the inside when all else falls away. I want to know if you can be alone with yourself and if you truly like the company you keep in the empty moments.